Silent surveillance video shows 72-year-old Charles Pateman trying to get into an apartment building elevator in January. But White Plains police stop him from going up to help his fiancée, who he says was having a dispute with her adult daughter.
She called the police. I raced right over. I'm told I can't go up to my family. I tried to explain that I could resolve this immediately.
That's when the officers decide to put handcuffs on the successful real estate developer from Irvington.
I'm slammed into the wall, glasses fly, pushed to the ground. Just crazy.
And it gets worse as they try to walk him outside. The officers' own body cameras capture video and audio of the encounter.
Hit my head. You didn't hit your head. Stand up or we'll drag you out.
And then they're picking me up by the arms. The pain was unbelievable.
Pateman says he injured his knee, both shoulders, and his back. The handcuffs were so tight they left him bleeding from the wrists.
They're too tight, okay? I can't move.
They're not built for comfort, sir.
On Tuesday, outside White Plains Police headquarters, Pateman's attorney announced a $3 million federal lawsuit accusing cops of violating his civil rights.
Instead of allowing Mr. Pateman to go and see his fiancée, the officers viciously and brutally slammed him against the wall and then handcuffed him.
No one from the police department here or the city of White Plains would talk to us on camera about this new lawsuit because they say they generally don't comment on pending litigation. But a spokesperson for the city did say in a statement, quote, "We have not yet received the papers in the lawsuit, but we are aware of the case and intend to vigorously defend it in court." Pateman says he simply wants to send a message.
If this could happen to me, it could happen to anyone.
In hopes it never happens again. In White Plains, Westchester County, Brian Conybeare, CBS 2 News.
Charles Pateman was charged with resisting arrest and obstructing governmental administration. A judge ruled those charges will be dismissed in 6 months if he does not get arrested again.
Watch, cops attack innocent 72-year-old man, leave him bleeding out for breaking up a fight. A 72-year-old man is suing police after their rough treatment left him battered and bloodied following an arrest for his attempt to stop a domestic dispute. By Jack Burns, August 22, 2017. White Plains, New York. Critics are saying police have reached a new behavioral low with the way they dealt with a 72-year-old man who is now suing the White Plains Police Department for unnecessary and excessive force, and has the injuries to prove it. Charles Pateman was trying to intervene in a domestic dispute between his fiancée and her daughter. The residential surveillance camera shows the elderly man attempting to get into the elevator to go up to his apartment when police grabbed the well-known businessman and developer, slamming him into the wall and then the floor. After several moments of rough handling, they then placed him in handcuffs. The officers involved demanded Pateman stand up or we'll drag you out, a command which arguably could be difficult for a person over the age of 70 to comply with. After he got to his feet, and was taken to the squad car, Mr. Pateman asked the arresting officer to loosen his handcuffs. The reasonable request was answered rather sarcastically as the officer replied, "They're not built for comfort, sir." Advertisement. Even though Pateman politely asked repeatedly for the officers to loosen his cuffs, they refused. The mild-mannered businessman was reportedly respectful throughout the arrest, but even asking nicely wasn't enough to get the officers to release the compression on the cuffs. As a result, the elderly man's wrists began to bleed, saturating his clothes with blood, his lawyer said, recounting the arrest. Randolph McLaughlin ESQ of Newman Ferrara LLP is representing Pateman in a federal civil rights lawsuit against the police department and the city. He addressed reporters saying, "The officers viciously and brutally slammed him against the wall and then handcuffed him in such a tight fashion that when you see the video, you'll see pools of blood dripping around his hands. His clothes were filled with blood." McLaughlin criticized the officers' handling of his client. "They were cavalier. They were brutal and they were indifferent to this man's medical needs," he charged. Read more. Innocent woman repeatedly raped and sodomized by doctors, nurses, and police in search of pot. 12 times throughout the incident, I asked them to loosen the cuffs, Pateman said. I could feel the blood running down my hands. It was unbelievable to me. Pateman also said he had to wait several hours before receiving medical attention, and he defended his actions on that fateful night. He said, "I'm 72, 2 officers with guns. I'm a threat to them. Please. You know, just unbelievable. I'm a very respectful man, have been my entire life. I've been a supporter of police my entire life and never had any problems whatsoever, born and raised in Westchester County." Pateman said he fears that if he doesn't speak up and speak out, the police will continue hurting the elderly. "If this could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and obviously the White Plains police are not trained appropriately or this would not happen," he said. The well-known real estate developer described how traumatic his rough handling and injuries have been to his emotional state of mind. "This has been a very traumatic event in my life, something I could not believe could happen," he said. As the Free Thought Project has reported, interactions with the elderly must be taken very seriously. Senior citizens are even more susceptible to suffering from both fractures and broken bones injuries that could greatly impact their quality of life. A California woman suffered a broken hip when a police officer ignored her demands for a search warrant before forcibly entering her home and knocking the woman to the floor. The injury led to her physical demise. Even though she won a nearly $1 million lawsuit paid for by taxpayers, she died before she was ever able to spend a dime. Read more. Investigation after cops kill unarmed teen reveals epidemic of motorists killed by police. Predictably, the White Plains leadership, instead of issuing an apology, vowed to vehemently defend the charges of police brutality. Karen Pascal, senior advisor to the White Plains mayor, issued the following statement. "In matters of litigation, it is our policy to not comment while litigation is pending. We have not yet received the papers in the lawsuit, but we are aware of the case and intend to vigorously defend it in court. An apology could possibly avoid litigation and a costly settlement with the city that will potentially cost taxpayers millions. But that will probably never happen, leaving many scratching their heads in disbelief, as it remains to be seen whether the officers who arrested Charles Pateman will be held accountable for their actions."
Hey, Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done... Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
I'll enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before,
Sheriff's getting a little too pushy. You work for us, Sheriff. Just keep that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws, you know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad, etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but they cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts, 4 hours a day, and to save America. You know, but at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did. They died for this country. So. But getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. That is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal, and there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. Is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just letting you guys know it's, yeah, that's that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers, it's not working. So yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know, we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself. 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know too, we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, yeah, that old video, that's not working. They're not. They're just not. So anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give, but there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is, and they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now. Where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran in, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran in, no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. Absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But, and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way, what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it, but it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know that $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So Thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.